I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show, our second show today, and your host Superman in the house. I hope we're going to have fun here today because we're covering LibertySwap, and this is huge. PCock. We've got their game plan we're going to be going through, and so this should be pretty exciting. We're going to get into all that. Don't forget to share the show around on X, and of course Pulse Chain starting to pump. The Richard Hart core's pumping. Pulse X, PulseX, Incentive Token, PCock, they're all pumping. We're going to talk about a few other things at the end as well, but we were mainly talking about LibertySwap and PCock, the gateway ecosystem, the juggernaut building on Pulse Chain, and we're going to talk about some of the speculations on that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We've got expectations in house there. Let's go. Yeah, boy. I'm excited too. We've got Property Reviewers back, and welcome back. I appreciate Property Review. Big shout out. And keep up a great show. You've got a great show yourself. Covers all the top properties in the world. So a big shout out there as well from Property View. The a la creme. Well, after PCock flies, people probably be coming to you to buy some properties. Those multi-million-dollar properties you got could be pretty cool. My hair's a little disheveled today. I still need to get my hair cut, but hey, look, Superman lives. Superman lives. That's all we can say. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. Let's not muck around. Let's get into exploring the protocol. Let's do it. Make sure I've got the right tabs open here. Let's go to our medium-sized screen, and we can see their game plan was released, which is really nice of them. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Makes covering it a lot easier. Yeah. We're pretty happy about all of that as well. I'm not sure. Am I screaming to every? I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I tagged every YouTube channel. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we're on the move. I'm just going to pull up the. Hopefully, my video is working as well. We're going to just pull up some of the YouTube screens as well. But here we are with the game plan. Can you see it in front of you? It's looking enticing. We're going to have a bit of fun in this session. This is a fun session, guys. This is the second session of the day. We don't often do double shows anymore. I used to do it for quite a period of time, but we have been doing a couple lately because it's such an exciting time in the Pulse Chain. Momentum is just pivoting. It's just great. We got LibertySwap. What is the game plan of PCock protocol, and why is it great for PCock? Well, we're excited about that. LibertySwap is not just a swap anymore. That's probably the key takeaway, first of all. So LibertySwap is just not a swap anymore. So let's think about what that means. Well, we got LibertySwap here. We've got the exchange, and people have been enjoying this. It has been an absolute pleasure, a godsend, because official bridge can sometimes take 10 to 40 minutes on kind of the I guess depending on congestion, and under duress could take a couple of days to maybe a day to clear. So that was an issue. We have had upgrades on the bridge, though, I must say. We've had obviously a good a dozen or so validators, I think, run the bridge. They've been operating pretty well. But we need solutions. We have Coast, of course, and now we got LibertySwap and a few others, Hyperlane and others. Ramp now. I mean, it's been really good. I think there's about 20, 25 sort of ways of swapping and bridging and things like that. But maybe only a couple of ways of bridging, but quite a few swapping sites on Pulse Chain. So what we've been being able to enjoy, first of all, they gave us USDC. They gave us, I think, BSC chain, was it? And Base, maybe, that's where they started. And now we've got all these chains. We've got Ethereum now, which is fantastic. Arbitrum, Solana, for goodness sake, not even, not even EVM. So it's awesome to have Solana in house. Then we had USD Tether added. So we got BNB and ETH and then we had DAI added, which is a Richard Art favorite, and that is on Ethereum, so it was pretty cool. And then suddenly we got ETH added from Ethereum, and apparently we're going to get wrapped ETH, I think, as well, was on the cards. And next up is Pulse. Guys. So Pulse going to be added, and I believe wrapped Pulse, so kind of cool. That is exciting. So things are really ramping up there on the old swap bridge, the swap bridge there. Now, it was always pretty fast, and they had to provide liquidity to it, right? So they had to set up liquidity, and they were doing that, getting it, bigger and bigger, 10,000, 100,000. I mean, it was really big. And then, of course, they upped the amount that you could transfer, right? So, and I think it's now up to $100,000 for the liquidity side of things. An exchange. I'm not sure what the exchange is actually. Only takes 2 or 3 minutes, a 1-to-1 ratio essentially, 0.3% fee. There is a gasless mode as well, and a maximum $25. There we go on the base side. So maximum 25 on the base side. Let's go to Ethereum. Maximum 25. It says on there too. So 25K, that would suit probably 99% of the market to do transactions like that. So very, very cool. So we enjoyed that. So that's kind of the first bit there. That's our starting line, as it were. It's evolved into a full cross-chain DEX. Well, not quite yet, is it? Not quite yet, but pretty close. I guess it's getting there. But it certainly has. I guess it is. I guess it is to some degree already because it's getting there. But we've got the DEX coming up. So it's evolving into full chain DEX designed to strengthen PCock across all major blockchains. So that's kind of the next phase. Is now we're going to have this cross chain DEX design strengthen PCock across all major blockchains, which is fantastic. So we get access to all the liquidity pools, all the people on there, and they get to hear about it, and they're going to get to help pump it cross chain. And it's a really, really cool move, really good first mover here. We call this version PCock Protocol, which is pretty awesome. Now we go to the website again, and we can see PCock Protocol or PCock DEX just popped up. And this is very exciting. The PCock Protocol is almost here. Get ready for the official launch. Your gateway to trade, track, swap PCock and thousands of tokens on Pulse Chain instantly and gasless, and thousands of tokens. Isn't that wonderful? 2 days and 7 hours and 16 minutes to go. We're tracking it down. It's exciting. We just had X Game launch. Now we've got PCock Protocol, major juggernaut of a protocol launch. With the DEX, and we need another big DEX, and this is going to be bigger than ever. This is going to be bigger because it's going to be multi-chain DEX that's going to be tied in with a bridge and a whole ton of other things that we're going to look at in this live stream, which is just adding more alpha onto it. So those are where we're started, and that's where we're going. And right now we operate as a simple cross-chain swap and have already contributed significantly to buying back PCock and Pulse. As well as strengthening the PCock LP. So that's kind of what they've been doing up to this point. But this upgrade to the DEX and to the protocol will take us to the next level. I like that. So that's the first post. We like that a lot. I'm not sure we've got a PCock there. We've got burning stuff going on. We've got fire going. We've got Pulse in the background there. We've got some flow charts, some sort of device with the old Liberty there. And then we got this one here follows on, so it's a bit of a thread, which is great because that means I can talk about it all live stream, which is awesome. It takes us the world off the place there. In 3 days, guys. In 3 days. Well, we worked out it's actually quicker than 3 days, doesn't it? It's out now. 2 days and 7 hours to go. 2 days and 7 hours to go. PCock pairs will launch. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Gotta get excited, guys. We're rolling out new PCock trading pairs. Whoa. We're rolling out new PCock trading pairs engineered to buy back and burn massive amounts of PCock through cross-pair arbitrage bots. Yes, please. We'll take that. So this is exciting, guys. We often, often hear certain people saying certain things. I'm not going to get into the drama of those. But here we are. We are spreading our wings. We are like an octopus tentacles going out into the big wide world and pumping our bags. That's pretty neat. I love it. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. So we unpacked that a little bit there. So rolling out new PCock trading pairs. So there's going to be new trading pairs on other chains tied into Pulse Chain as well as Pulse Chain. And that's going to help buy back and burn massive amounts, of course, with the PCock. And they're going to arbitrage that with cross-pair bots. Is that cool? Does everyone like that? I think Brennan likes it. He says, what does Brennan say? He's our TA guru. He says, very excited, very excited. Yes, and he is not married to his cousin, unlike some people out there. Very excited. His partner will be happy to know. This upgrade will make PCock available for cross trading across Ethereum, BNB, and Pulse chain. Isn't that great? It will make trading. We're going to have people trading PCock on all the chains. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be pumping the PCock there. So we're going to get, more PCock distributed. That's kind of a supply thing. And then we're going to get more trading volume, and that's going to give more fees and arbitrage. And we're going to then be able to, buy and burn more PCock and outbuild the LP. So it's just a supercharging event, really massive. Primarily paired with Pulse and ETH, which is great, the two main fee coins. So that is pretty huge, guys, pretty huge indeed. Brennan's still laughing. We got Valiant in the house there. Greetings. Wow, some wild volatility on X Game and Solid X today. Feeling really good about PCock. Yeah, well, like I have been saying, it's a higher risk return play, and it will have volatility. If you had been in Strategy Club, you would have avoided it all. So if you guys haven't joined Strategy Club, links in the video description. Sign up now. $35 a month, good value. Would have saved, depending on your bags, a lot of money. We got Brendan in the house there, laughing about that. Yeah, don't tell your missus. Don't tell your missus. Or I mean your cousin. Your missus. Brennan's missus. I must say, I'm going to disclose something, Brennan. I'm sorry about this, but Brennan's missus trades in copper. So very good at the. Was going to be on one of Trump's trade teams, round tripper. We got Brendan says Bria is also up at the moment. Yeah, that's on the move on with the Coinwell, getting pumped by one or two accounts there from the looks of it. Market makers in the house. All right, so or at least people front running the move. Either way, so that is huge news, guys. So they're rolling out new trading pairs. That's huge. Multi-chain, Ethereum, BNB, Pulse chain, and they're going to expand those. You know that, right? They're going up to something like 30 bridges. But they're going to do the main ones first. So this thing's only get bigger and bigger and bigger, guys. It's going to become an absolute beast, and it's not just Pulse chain. Pulse chain is really going multi-chain. It's doing it in such a big way, and the rest of the market's not even quite aware of it yet. And I think that's kind of what's happening here, guys. It's pretty huge. Heartwood Dog says we're about to full send. Yeah, we are. And Richard said he wanted to take over Pulse chain. Well, it looks like LibertySwaps helping execute that vision. And of course, the Heartwood Dog, the Pulse of the Fallen anime series on Pulse chain exclusive, is going to ride that train. It's going to be pretty awesome. Brendan says she's the number one copper trader on the planet. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Tell her I want a discount. I want a warehouse discount. I want a storage. Anyway, so the next part is coming up there. So not only PCock pairs are launching, but PCock dashboard release as well. And this is very exciting. Our new dashboard will give everyone real-time insights into burns, buybacks, LP strength, committed capital, and holder metrics. If you're holding, it's going to be pretty important. All fully transparent. And we got to love that, right? We love that. Obviously, transparency can often be overlooked. Some people can mean well with transparency and then under-deliver because they realize that they didn't want to do it. Well, it's too much. It's too much. Too mecky, as we would say. Anyway, a couple of Kiwi-isms coming out today, I must say. Although I've modified them, I've tamed them down. So we've got a little printout here, right? So PCock protocol is almost here, and we've got that countdown. When they posted this was 3 days and 13 hours, but we're well closer than that now, 2 days and 7 hours. So I don't know when they took that timestamp, but it's a bit old because I only posted this earlier today. All right, that gets us to number 3, guys. I said this is going to be an awesome thread. It is truly good, and it's I really appreciate them signaling us the roadmap here. A lot of people, there's definitely a good amount of people who have caught on to this now, but there's a lot of people that's still catching up, guys. So, it's a lot of people still not fully aware of the juggernaut that is unfolding with LibertySwap. And that's that. This is just the public roadmap at the moment, but it's actually they've already hinted at quite a few other things coming down the line. So it could be pretty cool. We're going to talk about that maybe in another live stream. All right. So after PCock protocol debut, after the PCock protocol debut. So after this PCock DEX launches, right, massive. They're going to have cross-chain pulse pairs. They're going to introduce a pulse trading pairs linking Ethereum to Pulse chain to BNB, and we know how BNB's rallied lately. We know Ethereum's going to rally on the old Genius Act and tokenization things, right, with the stable coins. So this is a win-win across the board. Can you see it? Can you see the future? It's all about the future now, isn't it? And visualizing this, and these guys have already mapped it out and executing. These are essential for driving pulse trading demand, and that's pretty awesome. So these are essential for driving pulse trading demand and fee generation. Well, you've got how many tokens on Pulse chain actually have fee generation that is independent of people buying and selling it per se. The specific token. I'm talking about all tokens. Not many, is there? These are essential for driving PLS trading demand and fee generation. All fees will be added directly to PCock LP. So fattening up the LP, maturing the LP, giving it a lot more financial support, allowing bigger players to come in and out. It's kind of cool. And used for additional buybacks, so buying back more, with a target of accumulating around 100 billion pulse for LP and reserves as well. So at the moment, I think we're going to look at the contract possibly, but I'm pretty sure they've got about 15.5% burn so far and about 15% or so in LP, if I remember rightly. Remember, this is a pump tire, so there was only $1 billion to start with, and it's just down from here. Then the next thing, of course, they got on the roadmap is cross-chain DEX aggregator, which is pretty cool. So we obviously have, superstars like Batias as an aggregator on Pulse chain, but of course now we're going to have this cross-chain DEX aggregator, a cross-chain, and so this is huge, guys. This is like a big giant octopus gateway ecosystem. I'm just trying to add all the right things and do it. It's pretty awesome. Next, we'll launch a unified DEX that allows users to trade seamlessly across Uniswap, Jupiter, Batias, and PulseX through a single interface optimized for Pulse chain assets. Every fee and earning cycles back into Pulse, powering continuous buy pressure and the PCock bull run. That's awesome. And of course, it was only 2 days ago that LibertySwap, announced the start of the Pulse chain bull run, and here we are. The prices have taken off. How about that? It's all happening. So every fee and earning cycles back into Pulse, powering continuous buy pressure and the PCock bull run. So not only PCock but Pulse as well getting lifted there. Pretty awesome. They're also working on an SDK integration. Our team is building an SDK so other projects and services can integrate across chain directly as well. So now you've got all these champions out there, accessing their clients because people can use them and embed them on their protocols and sites and things. And that services can integrate the cross-chain DEX directly. So it's going to be multi-chain as well, not just on one chain. This will increase traffic through our swap routes, grow our fee revenue, and expand the pool of PLS available for buybacks. For a minute there, I thought it was Starbucks, but it wasn't. It wasn't Starbucks. Don't waste your money on Starbucks. We got GetHex in the house there. G'day, everybody. Good to see you, GetHex. Welcome to the chat. So it's pretty cool. We got a little picture there with the little $10 price target there on the old PCock, and is is it Fibonacci? I can't remember the name of the Versace jacket like Richard Hart. So there we are, $10 target, guys. Now, crypto's where dreams come true, and we're in the best performing category on the planet. We've got the convergence of everything you could possibly imagine converging on a rapid re-rate and value creation on crypto. So everything can possibly think of is aligning for the biggest pump, not only just this cycle, but potentially for the next 10 years. And here these guys are building something that's right on the cusp of the future, which is multi-chain, but taking Pulse chain, sucking the value. So the value sucks into Pulse chain. So yeah, it's kind of pretty awesome. $10 PCock. So you guys want to be in one of those superstar coins? Well, maybe this is the one, right? This is the one. You just need one superstar coin, right? Hex was the first cycle, and Hex is probably going to have a second go as well. But here we got PCock as well now. So do what you can. That gets us into the next one, guys, and there's some really cool stuff in here. Not that one. That was what happened here? What happened here? All right, so this is the one we're going to go. Our strongest weapons for PCock is the launch of the PCock USDC pairs on Coinbase, and Solana, expanding our reach, and making PCock accessible to millions of new users across top ecosystems. So you're getting the big numbers access, and as soon as they see green candles right from this machine that's pushing value up, it feeds on itself, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you get adoption, you get users, you get value, you get access to liquidity pools, people's wealth that they're holding in the wallets, and it all just sucks it all in. It's pretty awesome, eh? Pretty awesome. All right, so yeah, launch of PCock and on Solana as well. So we're getting the DGM boys and girls, and of course making PCock accessible to millions. So it's awesome. And here's a real cliffhanger. This is a cliffhanger. Is it a cliffhanger? I don't know. But pump to earn, guys. Pump to earn. Buy PCock, lock it in for 3 months, and earn massive airdrops from our meme coin reserves. How about that? From our meme coin reserves. So they're going to give you a lot of the pump ties and other stuff in the mix as well. And that beckons the questions there a little bit, which we might have to do some further investigation. But that's pretty huge. So they're going to have buy and burn mechanisms. They're going to have LP building mechanisms. They're going to have, I guess, buy and hold mechanisms. They're going to now also have an incentive pump to earn program, which is going to lock away more PCock. And of course, you're going to earn additional, probably really good quality meme coins as well on top of that as airdrops. So that could be pretty exciting. And of course, meanwhile, they're also driving up the price of Pulse there, sucking all that Pulse in and new customers and new investors, etc. Pretty awesome. So rewarding the new buyers who fuel the movement. So it all just becomes, multiple catalysts for pumping this, multiple drivers. And here's a little printout here. And yeah, pretty awesome. We might go full screen on this. Let's do that. And you can see that they got the little tag down here. Look, so we got the USDC here. They've got the little tag here, pump to earn. Buy PCock, lock it for 3 months, and earn a massive airdrop there. Woohoo! Not just a small baby airdrop, but a massive airdrop there. So pretty awesome on that. Now, that's I want to say something. I just don't want to say it because I'm not 100% sure yet. But I'll leave it there. You guys can just maybe extrapolate a little bit about the massive airdrop and the meme coin thing. But we do know that they're going to do this dashboard, right? And we're understanding that this is going to have a new front end for pump ties, right? A real flashy thing because, these guys don't do anything lazy. I mean, look at this thing here. It's got this little mouse magic thing going around, which is pretty awesome. You can play around with that with ages. Look at that thing. This is so much fun. And so, they're going to do a new front end for the pump ties. And so, yeah, I mean, interesting. What could that link to? But we've also got a lot of other things happening in the background right now with Richard going through the Tornado Cash and stuff like that. What is the second phase of LibertySwap, guys? Privacy, right? Privacy, and talking about Railgun, things like that. And so, this is huge. And we know privacy coins have been really pumping lately. And this whole big octopus gateway ecosystem expanding, all rapid. It's going to happen rapidly. You guys know that, right? It's rapidly. Then, when you add in privacy too, it's pretty awesome, right? The ultimate solution across multiple chains. What a vision. What a vision. And exciting times. And seems to be matching a lot of the things that Richard Hart has talked about for quite a few years. So it's pretty exciting. We know that they've gone to upgrade their services as well. You can actually get service from them in terms of follow-ups for any exceptions that happen in terms of trades. Pretty cool about this DEX now. So they're going to have the multi-chain bridging, swapping, and now they're going to have multi-chain DEX as well. Pretty exciting, man. Pretty exciting. All that is adding business upon business, more revenue, and of course, all the benefits there that we talked about earlier. Pretty awesome. So let's get to where they are right now on the meme. So not only are they obviously a juggernaut in progress in terms of a DeFi monster, they are also a meme coin, right? So PCock is currently on rhmemes.com, and this is not necessarily a full list of all the memes, but it is currently sitting at number 2, and it was number 1 earlier today when the price was a little bit higher, and it's sitting just behind Most right now. So Most at the moment is just under $20 million market cap, super small market cap, guys. 20 million. I mean, we're talking about bull market cycle, altcoin season. We're talking about a LibertySwap monster in the progress of building here this multi-chain monster, which is going to be huge. And that is only at 18.2 million right now. And they're about to do all of this stuff in a couple of days. Most of the stuff in a couple of days. It is insane. So we could see something we haven't probably seen too often in terms of that will be sustained, and that is quite a strong re-rate in this beast, this PCock beast, and especially as more people click on to what's going on here. And it's a hold, right? It's a hold. It's not necessarily, I mean, you can trade it obviously up and down cycles, but it really is a hold because it's could do some magic X returns, right, for you. Now, obviously not financial advice, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. We're just going to and having a good time. But that is a little clue there, a little pump to earn. Buy PCock, lock up for 3 months and earn a massive airdrop. Well, you might say, oh, when people comes around 3 months, people might just unlock and sell it. Well, yeah, they could do that. But then this thing's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger month after month after month. I'm pretty sure the cycle's not going to be finishing in 3 months. And so this thing's going to be, how many much bigger business will this be in 3 months' time? 10x bigger, 100x bigger? This is the thing. So I think this is different from a lot of other stuff we've seen. So it's pretty awesome. So that is where we are right now, and that's pretty powerful. We're going to see that happen. And I think most token here, which is currently the biggest meme coin, its days are numbered, right? Its days are numbered. Now, the other thing that benefits when PCock is going to rise up, right, is that PCock has, it's going to be pretty interesting to see that. Now, the other thing that we've got is PumpTie right now has got this X game thing going, right? And if that does well, obviously, then that's going to be, it's a big holder of PumpTie, so that could see that rise quite a bit. And then, of course, we've probably got Bria, which is on another page here somewhere. Not sure where that is, but that's got CoinWhale launching soon. I'm not sure how far it is on page number 4 right now. And that's just had quite a good pump today. Did over a 2x, and that's sitting over on page 4. But that could suddenly get onto page 1, right? Quite easily, if that all plays out well with CoinWhale and the AI agent, right? So that's a different topic, but that is in play. So those are some of the exciting stuff in the terms of the game plan. They also got a disclaimer here, and they says this roadmap is for informational purposes only and reflects current plans of October 2028. So it's kind of cool. Go back to the middle screen here. All objectives and timelines are subject to change or revision without prior notice based on market conditions, technical considerations, and strategic priorities. But what have we found with the LibertySwap? They're fast, dude. They're efficient. They have a few little issues they always got to get through, but man, these guys are moving 100 miles an hour and deliver with such a grand vision like this. Pretty awesome. Absolutely there. They also, very good communicators. The true goal of PCock adoption is sharing our protocol success with the people who help make it possible. Just buy and hold your PCock and let the buyback, LP, and burns do the work. The long journey awaits PCock and Pulse Chain. Stronger we grow together, higher we fly, which is pretty cool. So that's some cool stuff there from them. Now I'm going to post you the link to, I guess, the top one there if you want to check it out yourself. Leave in comments. But that's pretty awesome, right? So this is it was well worth talking about with an extra live stream. That's how important it was, I thought. So that is LibertySwap. GetHex has got the rockets up there and awesomeness. Yeah, it truly is pretty awesome, isn't it? My most bags are looking a bit sad at the moment. I need to DCA and top up, says GetHex. We also got Frank Whitehouse there. Bang bang late night gang. Yeah, that's true, Frank White. Midnight here. Oh, it is there. Pretty late where you are. Yeah. So pretty cool. All right, so we've got some good stuff. That is the link to LibertySwap's game plan. But there are a lot more clues out there, a lot more information on LibertySwap than that. So we're going to try and have a little browse through some of that. But that's taken us 30 minutes just to walk through that with me, me having a bit of fun with it. So that is pretty awesome. PCock DEX, multi-chain DEX. This is massive for Pulse Chain. Very exciting, and of course, Pulse Chain's on the move. All right, so some good stuff happening there. Now, the price right now of PCock, of course, is here on the hourly chart. You can see it's been slowly zigzagging its way up. But I would argue the RSI has been hot, right? The RSI has been hot, but I'd argue that it's well undervalued given that game plan that we're seeing right there and in 2 days' time. Now, will the market agree with me? That's the question. Will the market agree with Superman? We will find out. But I suggest to you that the market cap right now, we'll switch over to market cap, is it's ranged at the moment. I mean, it's went as high as 17 million, so it's reached a new all-time high. It's just come back a little bit with profit taking, 15.5 million. But I just think this is a tiny little baby. Now, you know that they were talking about $1 billion, right? They were targeting big dollar. I think that's quite reasonable. In fact, they've even said billions, right? Billions is actually what they had to get to billions. And no doubt, why not? Why not? Pulse Chain, get something like this, a juggernaut like this. It could become a multi-billion-dollar, PCock LibertySwap ecosystem on pulling up Pulse Chain as well. Pretty exciting. And, you've got Richard sitting in the background there somewhere. So that's kind of cool. $1 billion, we divide that by 15.5, which is what we're at right now. That is, I don't know what happened there, guys. I do not want to know what happened there. Divided by 15. Let's do that again. 15. I'll just go to 15 million. That's fine. That's 66.6x from here, which is exactly what I said yesterday. But 66.66. We've got the 666s, guys. So even the forces of darkness are supporting this, apparently. I don't know if that's a good thing, but 66.6x is where we are from here to 1 billion. And they're talking about billions, so there was a plural there. So keep a lookout. So this is massive. What a juggernaut and exciting times. And so, I've been talking to you guys about, we need a good half a dozen blue chips on Pulse Chain that people can just invest in. They don't have to, pump and dump it all over the place. And we need that stuff, of course, because people like to do that. We've got all sorts of stuff, pump tires and other things. But we need, we need some blue chip type investable things. And this is looking like the juggernaut on Pulse Chain right now. The gateway to Pulse Chain, the gateway ecosystem, the octopus that's tentacles out into other chains is pretty amazing. So, woohoo! Get excited, says Blair. Get excited indeed. All right, so that is kind of where we are right now. Pretty awesome. And of course, the price, they're taking a little bit of breather. In fact, we said this during the live stream earlier. Remember, the first live stream said, it's a little hot on the RSI. We may see it stay up for 2 days or retrace. Obviously, we've got the retrace there. But it's just a nice little bit of profit taking. Obviously, we can see that people, I think, are starting to understand the vision and the size and scope of what's happening here with the old LibertySwap and PCock. So I think that's getting pretty exciting where this might head to. Hopefully you get rid of a lot of the Jeets and the degens, and then you just got all this nice, big, strong investor class just enjoying sitting back, earning a lot of those airdrops and other rewards, watching the price go up, and then, of course, make mad gains. And, of course, you're going to have certain people every so often exit out, and you have to absorb that. But, fattening up the liquidity, burning off the token, etc., is going to be pretty exciting. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. We're at 1.838 cents. We actually reached 2 cents earlier. I think it was 2.03 cents. Yeah. So we're actually been over 2 cents, which is pretty cool. And now, of course, that's a new all-time high. All right, so that's kind of where we are right there. We haven't printed a weekly RSI yet. Still time to go for that, but that we do. Our daily is looking pretty good. The 4 hourly on the RSI, it's come back. We're sitting at 59. And let's watch this go. It's 2 days to go, right? So it's I think it's only got one way to go, and that is up, baby, up, up, up. All right, so that is that's where we are on the PCock. And I just wanted to get out of here for quickly. I'm going to look at 2 things around the PCock. We're going to look at the LP pairs, and we've seen a couple more. We saw Hog today, and we've actually got Hog in the chat today. Hog there has paired up with the old PCock. Smart move. PCock's still only 2 months and 26 days old, and of course a lot of the LibertySwap stuff's only been ramping up, over the last month or 2 in particular. Good idea there. I'm getting a stutter now. It's so amazing. I'm getting a stutter. All right, so let's paste in the contract. And I was trying to find the website. Let me know, guys, because I've just forgotten the website where they show up all the LPs. I've forgotten. I went through a couple, but it wasn't none of those, which is funny enough, given I cover it all the time. But sometimes you forget. We're actually not even pulling up any of the pairs there. But anyway, so we've got lots of new pairs. Heart with Dog just paired with it. We've talked about others that have recently paired with it, like Rome, and obviously Top Hat and others have paired with it as well. So it's got a good probably half a dozen now teams that have paired up with the old PCock, because they're getting it. They realize it's the train to get on and follow up, which is pretty cool. All right, so that is the old PCock. The other one, of course, we want to look at is the holder count, the holder class here. Have a quick look at that. And we got the holder class. We got 4,525 holders, so it's a pretty decent decent number of holders. How many will it have in the future? Because if this is truly runs away as one of the top meme coins in crypto, and it's powered by all this massive DeFi ecosystem, multi-chain, then this thing might end up having 100,000. The top coins get big holder classes, right? And this could be the one, right? This could be the one. And so at the moment, we got the burn address sitting at 5.44% of PCock burned. We've got the LP, I think this address here, I think is the LP one, 15.29% there. And we've got obviously some LP pools as well. And then we've got some pretty large holders. I'm not sure who these all are, but that is where we are right now. So we don't really have many whales, just a couple of accounts over 1%, over 0.1%, which is kind of sharks. Well, we've got page 1 down there. I guess to get to sharks, maybe down to page 3, probably page 3, we'll have a sharks. But anyway, 4,525 holders right now, and already 15% of it burned. Now, you guys realize if we're going to get that big locking thing happening for the meme airdrops, and we're getting this new meme interface with pump tires, etc., it could be dramatic, the locking amounts of coins. And so a lot of those sharks could end up locking away, which would be smart for them. They're going to play. This becomes an investor class blue chip, which it's got all the right features rolling up. Obviously, it's a day by day thing, but it's definitely looking pretty quick. 2 days away until the DEX launches. We could see a massive capital flow in there. Pretty amazing. Now we saw Betterbank. Before obviously he had a few issues the other day and the month before, whatever it was, but they got up to 25 mil. In that pool. What will the DEX do for PCock? I think it's going to be pretty big, guys. I think it's going to be pretty big. And so pretty exciting to see what happens there. I don't know if I got DeFi Llama here, but let's go look at DeFi Llama. Excuse me. I don't know what might happen with my typing here. You guys know me, I always jumble fingers the keyboard when I'm trying to pull something up. But DeFi Llama, and I don't know if we got the Pulse chain. Let's put the Pulse chain in. Pulse chain. Let's go to the chain there. All right, so we've got Pulse chain, and we've got the TVL, so total value locked, right? So it's locked in the protocol. We've got PulseX at the moment, $118 million right now. It's a good thing we had that nice little rebound. In fact, it's interesting. It's up quite strongly here. And so, we're going to be really important to have another big DEX. And I see 90mm Pro here sitting at 6.7 million. And really those, apart from PUX, which is 3 million, and the new one, which they haven't got on here, which is Tide, which is probably similar amounts to PUX. Those are the big ones, right, that we're expecting to, really get re-rated. The rest of the ones here are pretty much lending platforms like Liquidity Forks and Balancer Forks and things. Aave Forks, I should say. So we've got Aave Forks and Liquidity Forks there, and Balancer Forks. So that's kind of making up most of those other big TVLs that are in the millions. But yeah, we could get a really big TVL out of this. So this could be a major boost with this old PCock DEX. So keep a lookout for that. Could be massive. All right, so that is kind of cool. And was that all I was going to say about that? I think so. Let's see. So we've obviously had a lot of cool stuff. I mean, these guys have been talking about it in the old PCock thread here on LibertySwap, and talking about some cool stuff. I'm not sure what else there. We even got a big shout out there to Heart with Dog. If you're not with the bird, you are left in the dust. So nice little repost there for LibertySwap. I think that was kind of it at the moment. So yeah, pretty exciting, guys. And it's going to get a little bit dizzy because I'm scrolling down a little bit here, but they're about to take over not only the memes. That's going to be easy. Taking out Most Token as a meme is going to be easy. I mean, these guys are Most doesn't, as far as I know, have any income, whereas PCock's going to have all these businesses pushing out the value. So I think the days are pretty much numbered there. I think within the next 2 days, you can say goodbye to Most, and there'll be a massive separation for the PCock there. Barring some irrational large player, like one of those sharks or something. If they're smart, they'll be playing this long game, I think, on this. So yeah, Who else? We got KRJ announced it. X game crash. Yeah, got rotated out of. If you've been strategy club, you would have been front run all that move. Yeah, and good to see if KRJ in the house there. I think I accidentally deleted KRJ out of the chat the other day on Tele. I think it was an accident, of course. But it is what it is. Got him back in. Got him back in. All right, so yeah, that's where we are right now. What else was going to say about this? Pulse chain is waking up, and you got to say, I mean, there's such great cheerleaders for the chain, always positive, always, participating with other projects. Really is pretty neat to see all the action there. So things are really taking off, guys. And I mean, even themselves, PCock is a beast now. Will stand behind it and bid every single correction all the way to Mars. Pulse chain bull market is here. Nothing can stop the PCock rocket. Hold on tight, and that's the thing, right? If you're a shark out there and PCock, hold on tight, because I mean, you can make a good income. We need people to really start earning incomes on this. So I don't know why KRJ's. You got two accounts there. So the second account, you got a different profile on there. Yeah. No need to keep talking about the X game. We're talking about the PCock today. We did that in the first live stream. So yeah, we've got this all on the move right now. It's looking pretty good. Valiant says, I like the rotation going on. Yeah, it's absolutely. Now, we will look at some of those other tokens. We are going to look at some of the other projects that are on the move right now. But that's pretty cool. So we've got lots of cool things happening with the LibertySwap. Get a lot more influencer supports. They're, jumping on the bagwagon there. And it's pretty exciting stuff. So I think that's probably where we're going to land it for the moment. There are more insights out there, and I'm going to do that in a different show. They're going to be they're based on a little Blues Clues that they've dropped us. So I'm going to try and pull that together and do a second show on the LibertySwap. But that is pretty bullish, guys. The game plan is legitly good, and I hope you guys enjoyed going through that. Now let's go and have a look at the rest of the Pulse chain market while we're here, and I'm going to make a few comments about that. Now, if you guys haven't gotten to Strategy Club, I highly recommend you get in there. Links in the video description. Only $35 a month, so really great value. I'm passing intel in there all the time that I don't put out on YouTube, as well as we've got the Kryptonite Show Top 10 Index in there as well. So definitely worth joining up. The links in the video description for that. And of course, bull market's upon us, guys. Get all that feed, because a lot of people are busy. A lot of people are maybe new to crypto, and so it's a great for those two groups of people. It's a great chat to be in on the old Strategy Club Discord, link in the video description, and of course you go in via the Whoop Shop and join up there. All right, so we got Vault 369, which is from Fast Abdul, still at the top here, up 3,300%. Had quite a bit of a pullback there, but looks like it's managed to rebound. Remember that when I was in here, it was had come down. Let's go to the hourly chart. So if you remember when I was doing the live stream, the price had come down here on the retrace. Well, it's been brought back up, and it's back up to that top there. So we're now at 1/1400th of a penny. Valiant says PCock looks awesome. It does look mega awesome, guys. Looks mega, 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 mega. And it's exactly the sort of thing we needed on Pulse chain. So we've got Vault looking good there. Now, Vault, as I said during the live stream, this was a nice little surprise launch. Now, the token's launched, but the lending platform hasn't launched. And just like, LibertySwap is doing some amazing things with this gateway, and, of course, the ecosystem that's building out. This is a very cool product, and I guess a natural evolution of where things are going with Fast Abdul. And, of course, the ink printer was a Liquidity fork that took the ink token and used that because that was left out, by Liquid Loans and Power City. But Vault 369 is multiple collaterals and multi-chain, and it's a lending protocol. So it's like a Liquidity fork that's gone spaghetti, gone octopus as well. So pretty awesome there. They're going to be able to earn fees, governance, multi-chain. They're going to have a locking system as well. So this could be really, really big too. And at the moment, market is sitting at 1.4 million. So still pretty low market on this. And this is a pump tires too, right? So pump tires too. And so it's still got quite a pump tire kind of holder class. So there are some quite large holders and who all they are. And the question is, how much of a dump fest will they have? Because last time it was a little controversial. I really loved the building of the products, but it was a little controversial around the team with the ink printer and a bit of a dump fest at the beginning. So I don't know how much of that's going on here. But other than that, the protocol looks pretty fit, pretty fine, doesn't it? So we'll see how that goes. hopefully they've done that. Get them. If they're going to get everyone else to lock up for 3 months, or 6 months, they should get their team, if they've got team tokens. I'm assuming they were all in early on the pump tires to lock up too. Lock up too. Let's get some investment class assets, right? Otherwise, you dump on everybody, take their money at the beginning, right, and let them take the time risk on, right? All right, so that's the only criticism I have. Other than that, it looks really good. All right, next one, of course, is Bria at number 3. Bria there up 63%, 000 3300. And of course, that got pumped big time today. We had a couple of market makers there, and that had been sold off very aggressively, and the market cap had got pretty low. It got all the way down here to 160,000 and is now pumped up today to 440k, back at 334 now after a bit of profit taking there. But we definitely had some market makers, obviously small, that was sitting, what was it sitting when I was doing live stream, maybe 14k, now 37, so it's really ramped up. We look at some of the bigger buyers. I'm not sure what the right number is. We'll just take $500, and we can see that most of the action over $500 happened 4 hours ago. And we can see that how many accounts is one big account, the 62 wallet, buying up 39 million coins from the looks of it. I'm not sure if it's brand new, but it came in and started pumping. So we had a market maker come in and started pumping this thing up. And then we had another account to do some decent buying as well. Doesn't really say what this count is, but definitely a market maker come in there. Now we know Coinwell is the next big thing after the PCock DEX, and that's expected early November. So we're getting a little bit of a re-rate here, and we'll see how that goes moving forward. So let me have a look at the RSI. Now, this doesn't have the same, this is the idea that Bria will be the AI agent for Coinwell, I think, and I don't know what role it might have in Coinaki, the meme. It's going to battle the memes on Coinaki. And so we'll see. But so far, so good. Does seem to be getting support from Ms. Rochelle, who's going to be the CEO of Coinbound, I think. And it's her pet, it's her dog, I think. I don't know. Sometimes they say it's Rackens and it is, but I guess it's both of theirs. But Ms. Rochelle is the one that I think that is training the dog, etc. So there we go. They're married. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a mute thing there. So we're at Bria there is on the move, and interesting stuff. Now, the one thing I always say about that community, though, they're a very closed community. They need to open up their community. That's the one thing I would say. And they need to get out and do more memes. And I think Grumpy's the only one I typically see around doing lots of memes, and he's pretty good at it. So that's one thing there. So it's an encouragement. It's an encouragement. That's all I'm saying. We've got Sparta at the moment and Hex on the move. So the Rich Heart cores are moving, which is really cool. And we've got Sparta there is up at 666 as well. It's a really bad data, isn't it? We've got green candles, but it's on the dark side. We're up 22% on the old Sparta there, but that's all Hex treasury. And then we've got Hex coming in as well, looking pretty good, up 13% or so. So Hex is on the move, guys, and we're at almost 8,200 a penny. And is this the time? Is this it? We did it. We have the last bottom on the Hex, and is it only up from here? Well, LibertySwaps said the Pulse Chain market started, and LibertySwaps playing a huge role in helping make that happen. Richard Hart's on the move with the old ETH, and people wondering what cards will he play? What cards will he play? And that's a whole topic for another day. But it's going to be fun to see. We got Oink Piggy Bank with their treasury up 12% as well, so not too bad. Now, I'm not going through all the list here. I just wanted to point out a few things. We have got PulseX on the move as well, up 7.6%, so it's starting to lift. Really exciting there. I think Voucher is probably going to run away too at some stage a bit more. Obviously, we've got both of those together right now, the VPulse as well. Remember, VPulse is going to be used as one of the collaterals for the vault. So there's a lot of collabing going on there from the looks of it, at least a lot of shared interests. And then, of course, PTC to Grey making a bit of a move today, 2,300 up 6.5%. So that's right off the bottom almost, isn't it? So if that can run away, that'd be pretty cool. Doesn't have a lot of the drivers that the others do, though, does it? It has one that has a lot of influencers involved. So, I mean, they've probably got big bags. The other thing is that has a really good influencer that covers it. Prayer Banana does a fantastic job there. And so it does have some strong stuff, has locking and staking and all the rest of it. So it's pretty interesting. But it does face, I think, competition from Vouch and from, LibertySwap, PCock and others there who have business models running behind them, right? For Vouch, of course, it is the number one validator. Got 4,700 validators or something, and they're only adding more all the time. That's the other thing with LibertySwap, right? LibertySwap also has validators too, so they're earning money from validators as well, which is pretty cool. Frank White's in house says lots of new stuff coming that isn't being talked about much yet. I know there's a lot of stuff out there, and that's cool. When it comes, it's come. You want to be on the frontier if you can, and it's definitely true. I know that even Fast Abdul said he was working on I think something up to 5 different projects or something, and it looks like one of them just came out or just about there. Brendan says Pulse Chain is on the move. Yeah, we're getting convergence of a lot of things, which is kind of cool. It feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. All right, so that's where we are right now. Incentive token also making a little bit of a move today. And we've got P2C, the Greys in there. We talked about that. Now I'm just scrolling down a little bit more here. SolidX made a bit of a recovery with a bit of a rotation reversal, which was what we were talking about might happen, right? Hasn't really bolted yet, but did make a bit of a recovery today. And so let me find the bigger pair here on the old Pulse. It's a 750,000 pair. And it did, it's flat right now, but it was actually, let me have a look at the price. When we saw X Games get sold down, that we saw this here go, it actually got down as low as $1.66. Could you believe it? Today it's now $2.53. So really big volatility there, but it's actually rebound to the top of that. So the question is the bottom in there now? Because now that X Game is alive, then I guess SolidX staking should come out in a reasonable time. I don't think there's been any news about that, but we'll go quickly check it. Let's go quickly check it. So it's something you want to keep your ear to the ground on. And of course, obviously the KOLs, consistent. We've seen a lot of KOLs or influencers out there, and I'm sure plenty in the community as well, sharing their referrals around. And of course, I did quite a bit of game coverage on that at the end of the first live stream. We did that for about 20, 30 minutes or something. And then after I finished live streaming, Randy Alaski was up live streaming. And I've seen a lot of other people out there spreading their link around. And so that's kind of cool to see that. So definitely a cool game. It is a high risk, high return category. You're either into the gambling or gaming like that or not. It's kind of just one of those things. It is a big market in the world, of course. And of course, gaming responsibly is what Firewell says there. So yeah, don't see anything in particular, but we're looking out for that. So the revenue, of course, is going to be base chain, BNB, Pulse Chain. They will be expanding, of course, to other chains. They're also playable on Telegram as well. So big, huge potential market there as well, and it is pretty unique. It's Web3, fully licensed, game, which makes it pretty special. So we'll keep a lookout for that, and of course, that should feed the beast. And the beast we're talking about is SolidX. So waiting for the staking. Now staking is going to be 5 different tiers, right? I think it's bronze at the bottom, all the way to Firewall at the top. And I think the entry price was $2,500. So at the moment, you just don't know when's the bottom. Like, was it that bottom earlier today when we saw that flash crash here, and it flash crashed down to $1.66, and of course was at the bottom, and then we're about to zigzag the way up. We'll see, and of course how will X Game perform? Now, obviously, I think X Game could do pretty damn well for a long period of time if the KOLs are promoting it, right, and they want that 30%. Profit share, which is pretty awesome, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that, and that is where we are. So if the price does recover and you buy a lot of volume down here, and the X Game turns over a decent amount, obviously there's Solid Trader out there too, then you do pretty well. And of course they launch another game, and the casino gets bigger in that way. Now it's kind of cool. We'll keep a lookout for it, and you'd be able to go through the ranks pretty free of charge by having a large volume and the price recovers. Then you'd go through the staking ranks, right, through that bronze level, etc., up there, and earn relatively more rewards. So we'll keep a look out for that. It is a high margin business, right? High margin business, but it's a high risk return category, right? Compared to LibertySwap, right, which is just a juggernaut DeFi beast. So they're kind of very different there. All right, so that is SolidX right now. So we'll keep a tab on that. We talked about PCock, of course. We've got Heart with Dog. I'm going to talk about that while we're here. Heart with Dog, of course, the top anime series, or the anime series on Pulse Chain, crushing it. I do know, I've heard, some other news around stuff happening on Pulse Chain, which I'm not allowed to talk about, but exciting times. So this is the brand new Hog PCock. pair. 9-0 is 2,200 right now. And they paired up today, only like 6 hours ago, which is pretty exciting. So PCock getting a lot more support there from the number one, the anime series, Pulse of the Fallen. The good old Hog there as well. Very exciting. Only 92k market cap on Hog. So get out there and show some love for the old anime series. Very cool. And I would get it if you love anime, you love cartoons, get into the Heartwood Dog Telegram. Honestly, get in there. There's such a great bunch of people. And I really encourage that. I'd like to see that really grow in there. And of course, Pulse of the Fallen's got all your favorite influencers and other people in it. And if you love comics and anime, then that's the place to be. And of course, they're only just finished season 1. They're now on the Somi episode, Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate season, which is 6 special episodes for that. So you definitely want to check out that series. Pretty neat. All right, so kind of cool stuff happening there. I wasn't going to talk too much about any of these others that I can see right now at the top of it. Oh yes, X Game. We're just going to quickly talk about that, aren't we? So X Game at the moment is definitely getting the profit-taking reversal. We're getting rotation again. Let me have a look at the price here. Which PM we're going to go to this one here. So X Game right now, we had a massive run-up, obviously, and it was mad gains for everybody all around. And we've pretty much been running up since the 23rd of June. This is the weekly charts, by the way, weekly. We pretty much ran up for 18 weeks, 126 days, and a 4,100% gain on that, guys. 4,100% gain. So, yeah, over 40x there. Pretty awesome. And we're still up from that point. If you managed to get the bottom, still up 14x there. So 1,300%. So you can't, depending on where you've got in, it's pretty amazing. Now, obviously, if you got in above this amount and you're still holding, then you're out of the money, so to speak, at the moment. But this is going to benefit from the revenue as well, right? So Xgame, I'm not quite sure they've explained that yet, how that works, but it's supposed to benefit as well. So we'll see how that plays out too. So yeah, and we did hear some talk on the streets of, obviously, Firewall was the third biggest INC holder. I think it's the third biggest wallet, and apparently we saw some rotation out of that or something to help push the price up. Then other people were saying, oh no, I haven't even seen $1 million be bought up the chart yet. So we'll see whether that's just delayed, right? Delayed. So there's lots of people out there, trying to do chain analysis and stuff like that. So that's where we are right now on the old X game. So that's gone down. We did see a partial recovery in SolidX because SolidX was down, like I said, $1.66 to $2.53. Did get up to about $2.66 there. It was a real partial recovery, but still a long way to go to get back to sort of that $8.50 to $11.50 range, which is where it was for quite a long time. So, and of course, as you guys know, Firewall was talking about pretty big price targets on SolidX of $100 to $1,000 in the top of the bull market. So we'll see how that plays. I think he changed his plan a little bit. Of course, he made X Game the official token there as well for the X Game decentralized casino. But of course, the staking is still there. Now, Randy Alaski, of course, doing a wonderful coverage of that today, which is pretty awesome. And he did some giveaways on that show, and accidentally won one of them. I just put one entry in it. It was just the luck of the draw. That's the luck of the X Game luck. But that was pretty cool. And yeah. And I ended up getting I think it was 1.04 on the X, so I got wiped out. But anyway, he said, "Oh, you're only going 3x," and I was going, "Yeah, but it's because I've played crash games for years. I know exactly how it works." He's like, "Oh, you want to go for 10x? You want to go for 150x?" Now that's funny because the round, as he was talking, the round he did went up to like 35x or something, but I wasn't in that one, so that would have been pretty good. I can't remember how much it was on there. Was it $15 or something? $5 or something? I can't remember. But yeah, that's where we are on the old X game. So yeah, definitely some rotation out of X game, profit taking in there, and then we have there are a decent amount of people playing the game though. We saw that earlier today in the live stream, and we will do another live stream probably tomorrow playing X game. I was going to do it tonight, but I've ended up doing PCock, right? So that is the play. So lots of cool things happening right now with the old PCock. And yeah, we're looking forward to these guys just delivering and delivering and delivering again and again. That is pretty exciting. So awesome stuff on there. So keep tabs of all the things that are happening with the old Liberty Swap. All right. How are we doing for time? An hour. I think that's a good time to finish, isn't it? think it is, guys. 1 hour. That was our second live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. LibertySwap, man, this is huge, guys, for Pulse Chain. You guys can see it. First, of course, they are going to be special. It's going to be species unique, as we like to say. They have got the bridge swap, which has been very successful. They have now moving to a multi-chain DEX as well, which is going to be fed through the bridge as well. So, it's like, man, such a absolute advantage. And of course, they're setting up these LP pairs in the other chains, targeting all those other people over there. Green candles will drive people into the system. See how it works? It's crazy, guys. This is going to be huge. Now, we are expecting, of course, a new front end for pump ties as well coming online, a dashboard. We're expecting, rumors of some other products that could be coming down the road, and we'll probably talk about that in another session. It could be pretty amazing. And Pulse Chain is on the move as well. Everything is kind of aligning. And altcoin season 2 looking good. And we got I know that Trump was with the Japanese Prime Minister, and I had a great meeting. I watched quite a bit of that. And President Xi's coming up next, and it looks like we might get a deal there too. Even if it's we just care what the markets think about it, really, and that looks probably good. Thank you, Superman says Get Hex. You're most welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Onwards and upwards. Things are really exciting. We just had X Game, and I think X Game's going to continue. We're going to continue to cover that journey. And Solid X, of course, coming up with staking. We just over 2 days away for LibertySwap, and the PCock DEX looking super awesome. And what a massive business that's going to be building on Pulse Chain. Really investable, which is cool. And then we're going to get into Coinwell after that. Awesome stuff. And it looks like we also got the that Vault 369, which looks like could be a pretty heavyweight if they do it right. It certainly looks set up very, very nicely. So we'll keep tabs on that too. All right. Take care, everybody, and enjoy yourself. Many thanks, and game on. Yeah, absolutely game on. All right, bye for now. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to follow on X. And if you want to get in Strategy Club, guys, you know what to do. Links in the video description. Catch you in Strategy Club. And bye for now.